Immigration has become the defining challenge of our generation. Communities are under attack because our US policies are pushing people into the shadows. How we respond to this challenge will determine how we are remembered and who we are. That is why Raíces exists.
Raíces is a nonprofit organization that offers legal services to the immigrant community.
The vast majority of our clients have zero resources, and we try to help them pro bono.
We work with people who no one else will work with. We work with people who are in detention, women, children. We work with people who've been detained at the border.
We work with families who are intact. We work with families who've been separated. We work with people whose families have rejected them because they might be transgender. We work with people who come from war zones whose families have all been killed. We try and take every case, and when we do, we see it through until the end.
I look at our clients and I see my own family. I am the product of an immigrant family's journey.
Many of us that work for this organization are immigrants ourselves.
I'm a former refugee from Iraq. I came in 2010. My clients have the same story as mine.
My grandpa was an immigrant from Cuba, and really when I look at my clients, I think of him and I think of the rest of my family.
As someone who came to this country undocumented, I feel privileged and honored that I'm able to do this.
We believe that the Constitution extends to all people in the United States, including immigrants.
We believe that everyone has a right to due process.
We believe that no person is illegal.
We believe that refugees are supposed to be in the United States.
I mean, we believe that families should remain intact, and there's no reason to separate them at the border as punishment.
We're committed to people. We're not committed to parties. We're committed to the people.
We believe that we're all human beings and we deserve to be treated well.
Raíces was founded in 1986 and born from the sanctuary movement, which itself was a response to immigration policies in the early 80s that really made it impossible for Central American refugees to seek protection here in the United States.
It was a two-person office to begin with. We didn't have air conditioning or heat. We were distributing food, clothing, had medical care. We weren't doing visa work until probably around 2000.
When I started at Raíces almost 20 years ago, we were only 3 people, okay? 1 attorney, another legal assistant, and myself.
We've been here for a long time, and yes, we've met each crisis as it's come.
We just need to keep growing and growing because there is a lot of people out there that needs our help.
We have a family detention program. We prepare people for their credible fear interviews.
We're in the detention centers every day, talking to our clients, hearing their stories.
We have a children's program. We provide legal presentations for the children's rights.
Children need representation while they're still in detention. Otherwise, they would go to court alone.
We have community immigration services, which can range from renewing an application for DACA to applying for citizenship to applying for a visa on behalf of a crime victim.
We have a refugee resettlement program.
We help them to adjust into this country. We help them with housing and food and medical.
But also when they move to other cities in this country and need continuing services.
It's really about creating those partnerships with the community to make sure that our new community members feel welcome and safe and protected.
Last year I was almost deported, and Raíces came in, and without knowing anything about me, they helped me, and I don't think I would be there if Raíces hadn't helped.
I hope that one day our clients can be able to walk out on the street without a fear in their hearts.
I want to be able to have a country where we can welcome asylum-seeking families in a system that isn't designed for them to fail.
They're a grassroots kind of organization that helps the community at the most basic level. They went out of their way to help me, and because of them, I'm able to keep going to school. I'm able to keep the life that my dad brought me here to build.
When you work at Raíces, you actually get to witness our nation being born anew. Every time we work with a client, you're literally watching the beginning moments of one of those stories that we hear about. We talk about our forefathers. We actually work with people who will be the mothers and fathers of the future generation of Americans.
The most patriotic people that I've ever met are new immigrants. The most ambitious people, the most qualified people. These are the best people that their countries are sending. Why would you want to close the door on that?
We've been doing this work for more than 30 years. We were here before. We're here now, and we're not going anywhere.
Close.
Oh, hey, everybody. What's up? I have surprise lived us. We are back. I'm actually going to close the giveaway because we want to get on with their game. So the first thing I want to do is say hi, hello, welcome B. Dave Walters and Rael Massa and Wild Engineer and Mitchie Swords and, of course, the Leona Maple to our final game. We have made our goal. We're currently sitting at $5,183.42 raised over the last 48 hours, and we have stretch goals. If you hit exclamation point stretch, you'll see them. I'm too tired to remember what they are. So there are a number of them. So the first thing we're going to do, and you all know why we're here, and you just watch a video, and I want to let them have as much time to play as possible. So I'm going to try and get the hell out of the way by pulling the winners and getting off the screen. Okay, so first winner, this is for the Expanse PDF by Green Ronin Publishing. Pick winner, the Ting. Please message welcome to the party in the chat. Next, $20 to Modifius to their web store is going to, I think it picked Ting again. Never mind. Mets Girl. Yay, there we go. And the last one is the 3 sets of Halloween Horrors dice by Ice Cream Dice. And the winner is VS Knees. V's Knees? Is it like Bee's Knees? I don't know. I love it. It's a great name. VIESNIES. Yay! Okay. And with absolutely no more ado, I'm going to get the hell off the screen and let these wonderful human beings play their game. Bye.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the finale. It is a special episode of Vibrant, Visible, Victorious, and that is our all BIMPOC one-shot series that we typically run on Sundays around this time. But for our charity stream, we have decided to run an extra special finale, and we are honored to have B. Dave Walters here with us, in addition to some very familiar friends from the usual 3V cast and me, who was always behind the screen. Today, I am running a game of Maths Iron Red Soldiers. Just before we dive into everything, we are here for Raíces, Texas, as you of course know. That's why we've been here. $5,000 already. Let's hit those stretch goals. I believe Michi has a really cool stretch goal, and I believe we also have a prize happening where the person who, over the span of these next 2 hours, donates the most money, like the largest donation, is getting a custom art commission of some sort. Don't quote me on this. And a custom art commission by Calliope. And Calliope is very, very talented. So y'all are going to love that. So let's have some fun. First and foremost, what is Mass Iron Red Soldiers? Credit to Misha B for writing this, and credit to Fox Barrett for helping me write my version of this. It mimics today's world very, very deeply, and that's the reason why I wanted to run it. In Iron Red Soldiers, a group called the Tangi has taken over Halcyon City, and the Tangi has a habit of picking up people at random and taking them away to who knows where they are not seen from, and they are held captive. Sound familiar? That's why we're here. So that's what our story is going to focus on today. All right, without any further ado, you can find me on Twitter at the Leona Maple, and I'm going to toss it over to my team to introduce themselves, starting with, let's go to B. Dave Walters. Who are you? Who are you playing? And where can we find you?
It is I, B. Dave Walters. Yes, I'm going to be playing the Ranger, who is a legacy super soldier who is now fighting a losing battle, apparently, but the battle is not over until it is over. You can find me on a little show called Vampire the Masquerade, LA by Night, most times, Fridays at 8 on Geek and Sundry, and I am all over the interwebs at B. Dave Walters.
Perfect.
Get him out.
Let's go next to Veildon.
Oh, crud, I was unprepared. Hi, so I'm Ryan Massa. I'm playing Veildon, who is a delinquent with a penchant for causing trouble and sticking it to the ever-present and vaguely floating man. Yeah, I think that's really about it. You can find me on Twitter at Ryamasa, RY0MASA, because somebody has my name.
Grr, how dare they? Next up, Wild Engineer.
Yes, hello. Hi, I'm Wild Engineer. I am playing John Charleston, or also known as Hardwater, the Transformed playbook. You can find me on Twitter under Wild Engineer, and I'll be here on Welcome to the Party playing and jamming some games, and also on Greyhawk channel playing some D&D as well.
Fabulous. And last but certainly not least, my beloved Michisaurus.
Hi, I'm Michi. You can find me on Twitter at Michisaurus. Tonight I'm going to be playing Paxton Windsor, who is the also known as Troubleshooter, and he is the Nova playbook. So we're going to shoot things with massive cosmic energy.
Yep, it's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited. All right, let us not dilly-dally any further, and we are going to dive directly into it. As I mentioned, this time when the curtain opens on Halcyon City, it is unlike Halcyon City that most mass games know of. In this day and age, the Tangi have taken over. They have had control over Halcyon City for quite some time. Aegis has very limited power. There are very few allies to help this generation of heroes. There are organizations known as Cloaks and Dagger, and they sometimes are able to offer help, but in very limited capacities. Today's day and age of heroes are on their own, and they have to make the decisions by themselves. There are no adults to back them up. And they're being hunted. They're being watched. If they step out into the daylight, it can be very dangerous for them. But of course, in this whole world, a resistance grows, a resistance against the Tangi. Wanting freedom is incredibly important, and wanting to be free of these strange alien bird monsters that have shown up in Halcyon City is essential. The curtain opens on our heroes at their secret hideout. They have gathered there undercover, as always, to stay safe and to protect themselves from the outside world. Suddenly, actually, let me ask the team. Which one of you would be most likely to receive a text? Who's the most tech savvy?
Oh, it's probably going to be me, isn't it?
I don't know. Someone raise your hand.
Oh.
As a scientist, I'd probably be fairly tech savvy.
All right. Hardwater. You get a text. And it says, emergency. Meet me at Clarinet Cafe in 5.
Does it say who it's from?
No, you don't know this number at all.
We got an emergency text from someone, y'all. I don't know who it's from, but they're asking to meet at the cafe around 5. You think we should trust them?
Or correction, in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm. This cafe, is just 2 blocks down the road. It's very close by, so it's not like it's going to be a long time to get there, but they clearly need to talk to you now, and your whole team.
There's a possibility it's a hack, but I don't know. What do you think?
If someone needs our help, we have to go. I'm heading for the door.
Veildon is kind of expects Knowlton to be like, I'm going to do good things, and go for the doors as well, but sort of holds a hand out to Charles and be like, give me the phone, I'll see if I can figure something out about it on the way.
All right, here you go.
Okay, cool. Veildon, did you want to do any sort of texting back or any sort of checking to figure out who this person is?
I did. Hacking is a power I have, so I'm going to see if I can trace back the number to a location or get some information on it. which I think is an unleash technically, right?
Sure, let's roll it.
Sure, let's do it.
I trust you.
No bonuses because whoops.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. Cool.
This number is not from someone that is trying to hunt you down. This is a friendly. It is likely either Cloaks or Dagger trying to get a hold of you, and you will probably know who they are when you see them in person.
Okay. So on a 7 and 9, that's either market condition as well, or the effect is unstable or temporary. So is there anything weird about that I notice about it then?
This
is just fine.
Pretty clean and fine. So
Okay.
yeah, no, we can totally just let that slide. I don't need you at a disadvantage yet. We haven't even gotten into.
But make me suffer, Leona. Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, I guess we'll like. Doesn't seem to be any of the numbers that the Tangi use or any of their allies use, from what I can tell. So I think we're good.
Perfect. Is everyone headed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. How were you all headed out? Disguised?
Yes. I'm at least going to wear a jacket.
It's cold out.
It's cold and my skin kind of glows.
Yeah. I think Hardwater would probably scout ahead because I can change my shape to at least maneuver around things in a very fluid manner. Try and if anything, try to give people a heads up warning if anything comes up before us. But.
I would be wearing old military fatigues that actually look almost borderline homeless, with like a big, like floppy military hat that I try and make my way through the alleys, not down the streets, so much so to come up to the rear of the cafe.
Right. This team starts to move towards the cafe. It's daytime. The streets are fairly empty. There's police around. They don't really pay you too much mind. They're used to people kind of skulking past. They would definitely eye you suspiciously if you were to get their attention, but beyond that, and we don't know whose team they're on, so let's try and avoid them as best as possible. Hopefully y'all can't hear the thing that just started up in the background. I will close a window very shortly. Actually, I'm going to do that now.
It's the aliens, they're here.
That's right. Come with their drills or something. I don't know what's happening out there. All right. You get to the alleyway. An androgynous person is waiting for you in the alleyway. They have their hoods up, so you cannot see too much of their face. However, they do hold out something that looks like a badge from Dagger. Dagger, for anyone who is wondering, is the Digital Allied Group Gathering Reconnaissance. And they say, thank God you're here. I really need your help. There was an escape. We managed to help a group of civilians escape from the Tangi. It was a lucky shot in the dark. It was 1 in a million. We didn't think it would actually work, but they've escaped. They got on one of the Tangi ships. They hijacked a little like glider something, but they have crash landed in a warehouse district, and we can't find them. Our hands are tied and we can't get them out. We just know the general proximity of where they are, but we don't know exactly where they are. It's a shipping and warehouse district. There's shipping containers, lots of nooks and crannies for them to hide in, so they're safe for now. And the Tangi thus far haven't discovered the escape, but it won't be long. I'm pretty sure they have patrols and stuff like that. We really need your help, please. The rescue window is only the next 2 hours. Please.
Will you be assisting us in this?
I can only provide information. Our hands, like I said, are tied. We don't have many resources to provide you. I can point you in the direction of where they are, and I can tell you that the subway is the best way out of there. You just need to get the people and get to the subway. That's all.
So we don't need to tell them where to go or anything, just to the subway?
Just take everyone to the subway. If you can find another escape route out from the warehouse district, that works too. But if nothing else, get these people to the subway, get down to the subway with them. We can meet you there and escort everyone to safety.
Was there anyone on the ship who you were in contact with that maybe would be like, I don't know, a point of reference or someone?
We only know so much. We just know that this was something that was orchestrated by one of our insiders that is captured on the ship, and a bunch of the captives that were looking to escape. Like I said, it was a lucky shot.
Is there anything we can do or show them as proof that you sent us and that we're not a part of a greater trap?
The person sighs and they hand you their badge. You can take my badge. Use that. I think these people will know when they see you that y'all are friendlies because you don't look like Tanji. So
I reach in what few belongings I've still got and I pull out one of my commendations and I hand it back to them and I just say, I'll trade you for this soon.
They laugh and they say, hey, thanks, bud. Anything else I can do for y'all?
So if something wants to go wrong, how do we get in touch with y'all?
If something goes wrong, you gotta run. Don't risk your lives. Don't be captives. Like I said, this was a shot in the dark. We'll be watching. We'll try to help when we can, but y'all are on your own, aren't we all?
That's true. That's true.
All right. Well, I guess there's not much time to waste, is there?
Yeah, it looks like we're on a schedule. Let's go.
All right. You all have about 5 minutes as heroes to prepare. Is there any sort of preparations you would like to do?
Can I ask an OOC question here? I know we're kind of in a surveillance state, but is the act of flying, like, in and of itself, like, super dangerous and will attract everyone? Like, or if I'm, like, flying cool, it's no big deal?
I would suspect that flying would probably attract attention. Y'all are probably going on foot. You could probably take the subway if you wanted to get there a little quicker, but definitely flying would indicate that you are someone that has powers, and that would not bode well.
So it's almost like we're maintaining some sort of masquerade?
There is quite a bit of masquerade happening here. After all, it's masks.
At least I'm out in the sunlight this time. That's it. It's still a net gain. A net.
Right. You come up a little.
We're not super serious. Masquerade is spelled with a K. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Are we ready to take that subway and head to the warehouse district?
Yes, everyone. I'm open to opinions, but I suggest that we take the subway. At least we could survey it. If it's going to be our means of escape, we should know on the way there if something's wrong.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm gonna try and see if there's any quick provisions I can collect. Food and water, just something small. Just if they might not have much since they just crash landed.
Absolutely. You can definitely pack whatever you can carry. That should be totally fine.
Okay.
Anything else, folks?
So I still have Charleston's phone. And because I like using other people's phones and not my own to do hacking into Tangi things, I'm going to try and see if I can break into any of the surveillance systems around the warehouse district and see if I can find anything that way before we get there.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Let's do that thing again.
Great, that's a hit.
Oh, I haven't rolled. That's the same roll from last time. I haven't rolled again. Yep. Yeah. Oh,
hey,
still fit. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah.
All right. So, you can see all of the warehouses in the area. You do not see any movement. These people have clearly crash landed and immediately hid somewhere. So there is no movement to be seen on these cameras. However, this is going to prove in handy if the Tangi decide to make an entrance, right? You get at least some heads up that they're on their way or that they're searching the area.
Yeah, I was going to ask this, so there doesn't seem to be any Tangi
yet.
No movement. Okay.
It's probably likely that they're somehow on their way. They've probably noticed by now that someone has escaped. But for now, they're okay.
Yeah, looks like we're clear for now, and I can keep an eye on things till later. So.
Love it. All right. Headed to the subways, folks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You'll lose signal in there for a bit. That's okay.
So you all hop onto the subway and you head to this one particular warehouse district that you were told to go to. The warehouse district, what does it look like? As I switch to something, boop, 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 pressing the buttons, there we go. All right. You arrive at the warehouse district. There are no Tangi, but you know that your window to search for these humans that are injured is very, very small. The shipping yard is by the water. There is large machinery and large warehouses in the area that is the furthest away from the water on this lot, and there's lots of smaller shipping containers by the water. Your party that you were looking for are hidden, but you have time to find them. There is still hope.
Could I assess the situation?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay.
And I just want to double check what that roll is.
Superior, I believe.
Superior, yes.
Please feel free to correct me, because I am bad at things.
It is superior, so hit that superior button, and then we will see what you get.
Did it come through? Because I hit it, but I didn't hear a ping.
I did not hear a ping. Let's see.
I'll try again.
Did you get the pop-up to add
there should
modifiers?
I did, and then I hit that also, and then nothing happened.
Try it again.
Try now.
All right. Check.
There we go. You got a 9. That is good news. All right. On a 7 to 9, you can ask one of the following questions. Do you have the questions in front of you?
I believe I do here. It's because it's on. Yes. Okay. I can ask one of these.
Yep.
Hacks. How could we best end this quickly? Is the question I will choose to ask from that list.
I love that.
I'm like, I want the glowing arrow to appear pointing at one of the shipping crates.
This is the World of Warcraft ! Over here.
Something interesting is in this particular crate.
How can you best end this quickly? The best way to end this quickly is to find the humans and get out before the Tangi get there. The best way to do that would be to seek out traces of where they might have hid, right? Blood spatter, injuries, whimpering, things like that.
A crash site, maybe?
They've run away from the crash site, right? They've run and they have hidden somewhere in this district, right? In this lot with all of these, shipping containers and warehouses and things like that.
Do any of these places seem like particularly defensible? Like, I'm trying to look at this, like if I was on that ship and crashed and I was going to hide, I would go to that one because it's like there's a higher vantage point, stronger walls. Like, does anything look particularly safer than the rest of it?
Sure. I mean, you could do a shipping container because that's a fortified metal box, but you don't get any height advantage with that. The best bet would probably be one of the warehouses, right? Because there's lots of little hidey holes in a big, ginormous warehouse. They're pretty tall and big. So hopefully a warehouse that has lots of things in it that they can hide behind or maybe jump out from behind if they need to attack. Something like that. I'll give you that much.
Well, you all, again, I'm open to suggestions, but I'm willing to do something conspicuous that maybe will help them find us.
Are we able to see the actual crash site as well? Like, is the ship there?
Yeah, absolutely. The ship has crash landed not too far from the warehouse site. It's probably crash landed like just at almost like at the corner of this lot. Like it crash landed on like a blank spot where there were no like shipping containers on the lot, and people just like immediately ran out of there, picked a location, and zoomed straight for there and are hidden away.
I'm gonna do a quick search of the ship just in case there's someone left there.
Sure.
I can
roll away.
Would that be probably an assess, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Sure. An 8.
You got an 8. There is no one in the ship. However, you do see some blood marks. These are all humans that had escaped, and so some of them are a little bit bloodied and bruised and injured from the crash itself. So there is some like blood trails and drips that kind of, if you were to follow the path, hopefully you'd be able to, see where these people have gone.
I'm gonna follow some of these trails. Whatever y'all need to do, go ahead and do it. If anyone wants to tag along.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Yeah.
Right.
Build on troubleshooter. Do y'all have anything that you'd like to do, or any?
At the very least, while I'm following Charleston, I'm going to try and mask all of the traces they leave behind, because that'll give us a little bit more time, at least cutting off that avenue of the Tangi, looking for these escaped people. So that's what I'm gonna try to do anyway. Let's see if it works. Rolling a lot of freak for someone who has exactly 1 point in it. Doing pretty good though. Okay, so it's probably not going to last very long, but it'll last long enough for them not to get on our trail while we're on our trail.
Sure, that works. All right.
What I'm going to do while we're walking is just kind of charge up and get ready using the burn ability.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to roll plus conditions. This is not the greatest idea. Never mind. That could be the greatest idea. And so on a hit, I hold 3 burn, and I don't have to mark a condition.
Fabulous. I love that. Awesome blossom.
In your description, did you say we're near like water, like we're near a, or no, like we're very much inland?
So assume that this is like a shipping yard kind of a situation, like it's a lot like a shipping yard that's exactly right by the water at the edge of Halcyon City. So, let's say you're standing in the entrance to the shipping yard, like from the street, right? And before you, in a ginormous rectangle, basically, closest to you is probably where all the warehouses are, and farthest ahead of you is probably where the water is. And that's kind of like the seagulls that you can hear and so on and so forth. And there's all the shipping containers kind of littered throughout that area. So the ship that has crashed would be at the furthest end. So it sounds like Hardwater and Veil Dawn have walked probably to the furthest end of the lot.
Roughly how far is the crashed ship from the water?
It is, I don't know feet. I don't know Imperial.
You could give me meters, you could give me yards. You just a soccer field, like you just. Because let me tell you what I'm trying to do, and you tell me if it's feasible. I'm kind of strong, so now that I'm watching Veladon cover their tracks, I'm thinking I can throw the crashed ship into the water, and pull a shipping container over the wreckage site to make it less conspicuous that this is where they went down at all.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
You can
sling it and then that.
Totally, you can absolutely do that. It is right by the water's edge. There's probably less than a kilometer between the two. I don't know anymore. But yeah, so you can absolutely do that. What do you need to roll for that?
My understanding, and please correct me, is if there's no opposition, things just happen. So you tell me if I need to.
I don't think you need to roll for that. Would there be? I don't think so. I think you're unleashing your powers, actually.
Yeah.
You're overcoming an obstacle. You're reshaping your environment. So roll freak, and let's see how well you do.
Roll what? I'm sorry.
Freak. Sorry.
Okay. That is actually not at all my jam. Let's see.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
Right.
You did it. Fabulous. And I'm just double checking the thing. On a 7 to 9. Nope. Wrong thing. Oh, yeah.
Also, I believe chat has offered to give $5 for B-Dave Walter to yell yeet when he throws the ship.
Well, it worked, so yeet! It's a super yeet, no less. Yes. Yes.
That's the name of the team. We are Team Super Yeet.
That is, we have a saying in the Rangers that the Lord yeeteth and he yoinketh away. That is true.
You are like the second person I've ever heard say that aside from me, so thank you so much for that right now.
Hey, it's canon now. It's canon. It's a thing that we say to
All right, Twitch chat, let's get those $5 in. 5,220, and let's keep going. Someone clip that. Love it.
I apologize if I gave away our position. It was clearly worth it, though.
That was so worth it.
Well, I mean, like I said, Tangi, not quite there just yet. So I'm sure, maybe if someone's noticed
Nobody saw the whoosh.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not, right? Maybe that was like the first indication, so maybe now they've taken notice and have been like, oop, red alert, there's something down there. They're a very scientific bunch. But we'll see. They're not here yet. That's all we know. So you yeet the ship into the water. It does not float terribly far away, but it's at least somewhere else. And you, correct me if I'm wrong, shift a shipping container over.
Yes, to like basically like the crater where it hit the ground, like try and cover that up so that a casual observation would not reveal it went down right there.
Perfect. And because it was less than a full hit, I will say that the unstableness of the situation is that this has the risk of giving away your position, right? So even though you got that success, there's a risk involved in it. So. All right, perfect.
Definitely not the Tangi noticing a ship suddenly emerging 50 feet in the air and then falling back down.
What?
Nope.
Tangi notice?
Not at all. None of this is a trap. None of this is all that. We're all good. It's all fine.
No, none of this is suspicious at all, right? All right.
There's a shipping container over the skid marks. It's fine.
What happened here?
It's like science.
All right, team. So we have masked where the ship was. We also know that there was no one in the ship. Everyone has gotten out safe and sound. We have a general idea of where these folks have headed. Are we all headed in that direction?
Sounds like it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I want anyone, to assess the situation. Whoever wants to do the thing.
I can try.
I was about to say, I got lucky the once, so maybe somebody who's good at it.
I will try. I am not making promises on this. Hey, that's 7.
All right.
Hey.
Fabulous. So, you follow the blood trail, you follow the marks. There's little discarded remnants of stuff, scraps that have been like caught and torn on bits and pieces. And you enter into a larger warehouse. It's one of the biggest ones on the property. There's lots and lots of smaller crates and smaller shipping containers within this building. Lots and lots of hiding places. So there's probably even like a staff room, like a back room for workers that are normally here. So there's lots and lots of nooks and crannies. And because you assess the situation pretty well, I will say that you can hear a very, very faint whimpering, a very soft crying.
So Troubleshooter's going to kind of just stop and kind of look over at everybody else and I think we need to go this way. Just kind of point over to where the crying is, just being very quiet.
Hardwater, could you take a look for us?
Yeah, I'll scout ahead. How far away is this whimpering?
I would say it's what would be the best way to explain this? So let's say you've entered into the warehouse from one of the main doors, like one of the large, wide open, like doors through which large containers would pass. And I would say that the staff room is kind of along the same wall that you've entered, just about halfway down. Mm-hmm. Or wherever the sound is coming from, which I kind of spoiled, but that's fine.
So I would be kind of weaving back and forth between, as low as I can, between in all the boxes, just try and look around, see where I can find.
Mm-hmm. As you weave, you notice the sound is coming from, like I spoiled, from a staff room. So it's kind of, tucked away a little bit. It's hidden. It looks like some of the crates have been shifted a little to try and hide that there is another room, just to make it look like the warehouse is just one big box with nothing else attached. And they're hidden in there. And if you were to sneak in there, you would see that there is a group of it's a group of 20 people. Great. And they look not worse for overall not as bad as they could be. They're a little bit emaciated, a little bit hungry, but you've heard of horror stories of captivity. These people look okay, just injured. There's no way that they can get out of there by themselves. They're weak, they're dazed, they're stunned, but they are safe.
I got some provision stuff, so I'll hand out to them out my water and on some of the food I found. And I would reach my hand out, stretch it out up above so everyone can see where I'm located at, and kind of like, just wave to say over in this direction, not making any noise.
So I would say that the people, upon seeing you, go, and they know exactly who you are, right? Look not quite like most folks, and I think that would be their first clue that they are, meeting a hero, and that gives them relief. Very few heroes are on the Tangi side; they are all against the Tangi, and seeing you gives them great hope. And some of them start to cry, but they immediately try to hold it back and just be quiet as a mouse because they don't know what the situation is outside. And they very quietly mouth to you, thank you. And they take the provisions and they start handing them out. Did you happen to bring medical supplies at all with you?
I just brought food and water.
That's fine. They will take the food and water and start dispersing it amongst those that are the most hungry and the most weak, so that everyone can kind of gain some strength to maybe help each other out. All right, cool. Rest of my heroes, what are y'all up to? You are muted, Dave.
Could I attempt to comfort or support?
Absolutely. I would love that. So I'm guessing that you've all kind of made your way back to where everyone's hidden. Okay, cool. Yeah. Definitely do the comfort or support. That is a roll with mundane.
I apologize. I seem to have lost my Roll20 screen, so I'm going to dig it up and I guess maybe come back to me.
No worries. What are Veildon or Troubleshooter doing in the meantime?
Troubleshooter would probably be kind of looking through things, trying to find something to at least use as medical supplies. Because some of these people probably need that.
Absolutely. So using your medical supplies to try and help wrap up some of the wounds and take care of them?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what role would work for that. Do you feel like that's a defend, or do you feel like that's a comfort and support?
It might be a defend, but I think it might also be assess the situation.
Sure, whichever one you want to roll.
I should roll defend, but I'm going to assess the situation just because it makes more sense because I'm looking for things to use.
Fair enough.
That is an 8. So I can ask one question.
Absolutely.
Which would be, what here can I use as medical supplies?
Okay. Because it is a staff room, there is a very small medical kit. It's a shipping warehouse. Injuries happen. So there is a small medical kit with some band-aids, a little bit of gauze, some antiseptic wipes. There's probably a paper towel. The medical scissors in the medical kit. That's probably about it.
All right, so I'll take some of the stuff and start trying to wrap some injuries up.
All right, perfect. Veildon, how about you?
Veildon is not particularly good with the comforting of the people thing, and so, but I think he's keeping an eye on Charleston's phone and making sure he's keeping an eye on surveillance and what's going on around them, because now that they're in the warehouse, you can't really see outside so much.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. And B, were you able to get that Roll20 back up, or?
I'm still fighting with it, and I'm very bad at that thing. So you can feel free to roll on my account if it's possible for you to do so.
I can totally do that. So I'm going to roll your mundane.
My mundane is 1, I believe.
Yeah, you got an 8, so that is a hit. And remind me again what you were going to be doing.
I just wanted to comfort the people. Honestly, what I would do is when I came in, I would float just slightly, come like 2 or 3 feet off the ground, and just lean in and say, "Don't worry, folks, the cavalry's arrived. We're gonna get you out of here."
Your words have a great impact on the people. In combination with the provisions that were being given, you see people as they're as troubleshooters helping them as they're eating food, as they're kind of putting themselves back together. Some of them are starting to stand. They look stronger. They look more hopeful, more determined, because not all hope is lost now. And one of them even says to you, it's a young woman, a young person of color, a young woman, and she says, "If they come, I will help you fight." She's a human, but she's determined.
Whoops, can't ask for anything else. Just help us keep an eye on things here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming for us. Thank you so much. Perfect. I will say that about 5 or so minutes elapse as everyone is kind of patched up, maybe 10 minutes. And everyone kind of rallies. People figure out if there's broken ankles or broken bones, who they can lean on for support as they start to limp out and start to walk. But before they do, Valdon, assess the situation for me, please.
Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll take it.
Damn, that is awesome. Right.
Is the best skill I have.
I love that. Okay, I'm just gonna double check my rules on that one. Ask 2. I'm not gonna make you ask 2. I'm basically gonna take that as a sign. You start to see flickers of movement on the edge of your cameras. On the edges of the docks, or the shipping district, whatever you want to call it. There is some movement. You're not seeing it quite on the cameras just yet. It looks like something is flying overhead, but it looks like there is a scout party from the Tangi looking for the ship.
Does it, by any strange trick of fate, happen to be centered around the direction of a previously yeeted ship?
In this world, you must yeet or be yeeted. Okay.
Or in this case, yeet and then the yeeted come to you.
I am going to try and get you a new link, B. Yes, it does look like there are ships flying overhead. You don't see a large shadow flickering across the screen. It looks relatively small. So I am trying to just fix the thing. But it does look like you have like an advanced party that is trying to get at the ship and investigate and figure out if there's humans in there.
Okay.
That was a mistake. I don't know. Watch Roll20 be down. I guarantee that's what's going on.
No, that would be the worst.
Watch.
So I guess what I'm going to do in the meantime is, because we sort of went through an open, door, for this warehouse, right? Essentially. What I'm going to do is going to roll a little bit of tech on the ground, and when it stops, it just sort of is going to project what looks like a closed door onto the space where the door was.
Okay.
Because that way it looks from the outside like the door is closed, but we can see through it just in case, so we can keep an eye on what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just sort of look up from the phone once I do that and be like, well, we have company now.
Okay.
Tanchi finally made it.
All right, y'all have company. What do we do?
How are we going to get out of here then? Do we have an idea on how far away they are?
You probably have about a couple of minutes, right? These scouts are going to close in pretty quick. So you got to move fast.
I will use a move. I will spend one burn to create an object with your powers up to the size of a person and spend an additional burn to animate it independently of yourself. I'm not going to spend the additional. I'm just going to make like kind of a turret to like position at the door so that if anything comes by, it could just be used to take care of the problem.
Let's give it a shot. Roll for me.
What do I need to roll for that? Unleash powers?
I guess so. Yeah, it sounds like you're unleashing your powers. And just refresh my memory, what does this thing do again?
It's a construct that's about the size of a person. It just says create an object with your powers up to the size of a person.
Okay, perfect.
So it just kind of, where did the thing go? Hang on.
I know. Roll20's being rude.
It is, but I lost the there we go.
There we go. All right.
10.
You got a full hit. Fabulous. All right. What is this construct that you're making? What does it look like?
So it's kind of about chest high, and it looks kind of like a minigun on a tripod.
I love that.
Just
okay, cool.
Something that someone can easily like come up behind and use to shoot cosmic powers at people.
Fabulous. So you all have a weapon now, like a bonus weapon that someone, maybe that enthusiastic young girl, could use if needed, if necessary.
Yes.
Fabulous. I love that. Anyone else? Any sort of prep?
Nope, not at the moment. Just trying to usher the people out, I guess.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm having catastrophic technical issues with Roll20 over here that I'm fighting with. So
having a hard day.
But yeah, well, there's a lot of dice being rolled, so that's what that is. But one contextual question: these people that we're rescuing, these are theoretically human collaborators and not necessarily supers in their own right. Like that's.
These are absolutely not supers at all. They do not have any powers, and that was why they were unable to help themselves out of the situation. They are complete civilians that the Tangi had taken for unknown reasons.
I'm actually going to head towards the side of the warehouse where the Tangi would come in, because I want to be able to cover their exit while the people are moving.
Yeah,
So
sorry, go ahead.
No, but I was just gonna say I'm not gonna go actively Leroy Jenkins the Tangi just yet, but I will be prepared to should the need arise.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so you go and stand near the doors. That's probably the large, wide open doors that you all walked through. The Tangi are probably following in the steps. They've seen the ship. They've probably made their way over to where the shipping box thing. English is hard. The shipping box thing was moved. Gone. What is this? And they're probably, at some point going to start finding a trail, right? They're searching, they're seeking, they've got whatever scientific equipment they have. Maybe they're searching for heat signatures. Who knows? The Tangi are a very mysterious bunch of ugly, rusty colored alien birds that we all hate. So, all right. And we are ushering the people outside. Is that what the team has agreed to do?
It seems like a good start.
Yeah.
All right. And so I'm going to say narratively, because the whole group has been alerted that there are people nearby, that there might be Tangi in the area, the group goes single file along the line of the wall until they get to the doors, and slowly, one by one, out through the door and into the closest little hiding spot, the little bit of cover that they can find. Probably in two shipping containers stacked on top of each other with some shade underneath, and they're all just one after the other, scuttling out. All right. Everyone makes it out. The heroes step out, and the Tangi show up. I am going to change the music.
Curse their sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Who could have seen this coming?
I admit I'm terrible at suspense.
Or
that's right. The music is doing quite a lot of that.
Incredible at it. It's true, because we know it's coming, but we do not know when. That is more.
That is true. All right. For now, it looks like 2 Tangi on individual little glider ships that have shown up. And the moment that they see that there's a group of people and a group of heroes, they are guns up right away. They land just in front of the doors with their guns up, and they look like they're about to fire. What do you do?
So just 2 of them?
Just 2 of them for now.
I'll look at Ranger. Can you throw me at them?
Yep, fastball special.
Transformed.
Is this what's happening?
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah. We're doing get help.
Yeah. Yep.
Y'all are amazing. I love this so much.
I'll have at it. I guess my goal would be to sling hard water at one and try and interpose myself physically between the second one and the people. So if they start shooting, they'll be shooting me and not the people. It's my goal.
All right. So I think 2 things are happening.
I'm double yeeting now.
Double yeeting. Oh yeah. I am going to say that you are directly engaging a threat because you are yeeting someone, and I am going to say, Hardwater, you are taking a powerful blow because you are physically throwing yourself into a Tangi.
Can I also use one of my moves?
Sure.
I'm gonna be the monster. I'm trying to cow them, like knock them over. So it's like when I frighten, intimidate, or cow them with my monstrous form, I roll plus freak. So while Ranger's throwing me, I'm trying to stretch myself out so I can at least hit both of them at the same time.
This is an amazingly literal cowing.
I'd like to use one of my powers also, which is fight the good fight. So I'm gonna pull my punch when I sling him. 1, because I don't want to kill my friend, and 2, I don't necessarily want to instantly execute the Tangi either. So my roll will be with my savior instead of danger.
Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna get you to do your roll first, and then we'll see what Hardwater does.
It's true, because I might miss wildly, which would be comedically appropriate right about now.
Hardwater goes into the water.
He was never seen again.
Oh.
Full hit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Describe it.
We've done this before. This is by no means our first rodeo. And so what I try to do is throw him in such a way that I bounce him off of one into the other one, because that's a halcyon tradition of super soldiers. So, like, bang, boom.
The upgraded version, the pinball special.
Exactly.
Going bing, 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 you know?
It's true, but being monstery and tentacly all at the same time. So it's like Cthulhu ball special.
I love that.
Yes.
Very, very good. I love that.
Right, so I'm using my be the monster. So as on a 9, okay. So as I try to hit them, essentially because of my non-Newtonian mass, I harden up as I hit them. Essentially, so they're taking like a full. It almost feels like they're hitting water itself. Excuse me.
That's all good. So these Tangi kind of go, Wah! You just hear these like awful like bird shrieks. That's this awful noise of like the 2 of them just being like splattered with water. They both fall backwards. One immediately starts to scrabble towards his ship, and it sounds like there's some sort of squawking noise that the one that has fallen the furthest away is trying to do, and it's like maybe like trying to contact someone else, maybe get some help or something like that, and you just hear squawking noises, and it doesn't make much sense. And where's Thrak? I need Thrak to make chicken noises.
Only if we're interrogating the chickens.
Right.
We are under attack.
Rock.
We're under attack by Tangi chickens, apparently.
Upon seeing this, would the group of that were helping out, would they be frightened by this possibility? Because I'm rolling a 9, so because I didn't roll a 10 plus, this would frighten the group that were trying to help. They'd be a bit more frightened of me, and I'd feel a bit more monstrous because of seeing how they're looking at me.
Absolutely. I think they're frightened by the overall situation. Having Tangi show up is their worst nightmare right now. They were hoping for safe passage without any trouble. Here comes trouble, and they don't know which way this fight is going to go. They don't know if they're going to be taken captive again, or if they will have an opportunity to be free. Most of them cower right up against the wall of that one shipping container, and they're all kind of huddling together. Some of them are whispering amongst themselves, trying to figure out strategy, trying to figure out if there's any way that they can help. They're all too scared at the moment to do anything. Except the one girl, of course, looks a little determined and is clearly looking, thinking how far it is from her to the gun to see if she can make a move, to see if she can run and fire something. She hasn't moved just yet, though, but she looks like she's planning on it. So if anyone doesn't want her to do something, you may need to tell her.
I'm just gonna yell at her, and I point at the people, and I'm like, "You're the squad leader now. Keep them moving."
Yes, sir. You just hear her say. And she will actually start to corral the people. They are very scared and they are very timid, but they will once again stick to kind of the walls of the building just so that there's no way that they can be snuck up on. And she just keeps them kind of moving very like shuffle very, very slowly. Yeah, they don't want to make a run for it. Some of them are too injured to even run. So it's like a slow shuffle of humans, just very kind of like almost like an amoeba moving along the wall kind of a thing, if you can picture like a human amoeba.
Yeah, this is one of those protect the convoy missions. Veladon, is there anything you can do to interrupt their communications?
That could work. Had another idea, but sure, we could try that.
Or do your far superior idea.
Far superior is a bit of an extension, but we can see what we got here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my moves, which is Are You Watching Closely? And so I can try to, when I mislead, distract, or trick somebody, I can roll superior to do it. So let's see if this works, question mark. And what I'm going to try to do is create an illusion of the same pack of people moving at a strictly faster clip in the opposite direction.
Ooh, interesting. Go for it.
And this is where I fail. Watch it. Nope, I did not. Never mind. Okay, that's real good.
This Jenga tower of success is going to calamitously
It's going to collapse.
Just at the wrong moment. Yeah.
That's okay, because that means you get to mark potential.
I'm like, my heart is so worried for all of you.
So I get to choose 3 things out of that list. I get to... So I'm going to choose to confuse them for some time. Which means, so I'm going to try to divert their forces. I'm going to confuse them for a bit. We avoid further entanglements, so I think that means we can maybe get away. And I'm going to combine that with opportunity to try and get everyone else out under the cover of this other retreating group of people.
Okay.
Definitely a better idea.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding the picture clearly.
Yeah.
We have the people shuffling along the wall. You have an illusion of people running in the opposite direction.
Yeah, book out of the warehouse, like with a couple other vaguely heroic looking something or other, like just sort of escorting them off to one side, and they're like booking it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So that avoid further entanglement. And what was the other bit?
So yeah, it was confusing, and you get an opportunity, and I think that'll give us the chance to get away without having to worry about losing somebody.
Hopefully. But did you interrupt communication?
I did not do that, no.
All right. So that, unfortunately, you do have an opportunity to get away, but these Tenji, because they're not completely down, have managed to signal for help, and there are more coming. There's a much larger ship that is headed in. The team kind of keeps shuffling. They're trusting you all, and they're just going to keep moving, but you've got a bigger fight coming ahead of you.
So, again, to make sure that I'm envisioning this correctly, so roughly how far are we from the subway, or from their nearest, would I have any reason to believe that there's subway tunnels literally underneath us?
Not literally underneath you. This is the edge of the city.
Mhm.
So you would need to get these people you would need to get these people out of the shipyard. You
Mhm.
need to go down the street a couple of blocks, unfortunately. Like it's not convenient is kind of the problem, but it's the closest, quickest exit underground.
Since we've already been made, if I start like punching holes through walls and things, can I generate a clearer path for them instead of having to like Tetris through this place? If I can be like, boom, go that way. Is that possible based on the layout of the place?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Why don't you just like punch
Yeah.
through walls and all that kind of stuff and just kind of make them a clear path, and hopefully they can beeline before everyone else kind of gets involved.
So that is what I will be doing until the enemy's actively engaged, and because then I'll stop to defend the people. But otherwise, I'm like, we're going this way.
Everything is Ranger. I'm not sure if there's something you can do, but if you manage to get them all into one container, do you think you'd be able to pick them up and run them over to the subway?
Yeah, I absolutely could. If they could all fit in one container, I should be strong enough to do that. Yes. I'm just wary of me just getting shot down, though. Like me being like, pichu, would be my one concern.
Do not yeet the shipping container full of
No, I would. No, it would be a gentle caress of the shipping container while I yeet myself across the sky. I am a self-yeeting hero.
Just a tiny yeet, just.
Yeah, I can just jump. Yeah.
A yeetling, if you will.
That's true. A wee yeetling. Maybe.
I'm gonna need a moment to recover from that. That was so
I think maybe like right when we get to, well, because how fast are you guys? Can you travel at any superhuman speeds?
No. Not me.
No. Okay.
Anyone else? Superhuman speeds?
And actually check and see if that is a thing I can do.
Yeah.
I envision you doing this like Yosemite Sam, like shooting downward. This.
I mean, I could potentially wrap myself around the container, trying to create more of a shield for them.
Yeah, no, I don't have any way to move faster. I didn't take that one.
You took me. That's fine. That's like, yeah, I'll get you around. It's fine. Yeah, I know. I'm just really wary of flying, holding the thing, and just getting shot down. Like that is a concern.
Very valid concern.
Yeah. So I'm clearing a path until the enemy's actively engaged. I'm literally throwing containers around, punching through obstacles to just try and clear the most direct route for these people.
Perfect.
All right, so I guess I'll be helping as well.
Cool.
Use my unstoppable, trying to smash away through scenery to get to something.
Perfect.
Plus danger.
Yeah. Do you need to roll for that?
Yeah. So I roll plus danger. Look at that. Oh no.
Oh no.
There goes that luck.
On a miss, you smash through but leave devastation in your wake or wind up somewhere worse. GM's choice.
So you smash through a wall, and you have surprised a Tangi sneak attack. So while there was the ship coming this way, there were more Tangi coming from another direction. So now you're fighting a battle on two fronts.
Great.
Ah, shit.
This is good. Yeah.
Now we can attack in every direction. Great.
I would like to defend against the sneak attack.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay.
Are you rolling one of your powers or just a basic move?
The basic move.
Okay.
But I should be good at it.
It's defend, so roll plus danger.
Okay. There we are.
Lovely. That is a hit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I do that. Let's see. That means on a 7 to 9, I get to. It costs you and I expose myself to danger or escalate the situation. So, I guess. I don't get any of the other bonuses. I just do it.
I mean, the situation is kind of escalated, but now you've put yourself in front of this Tangi sneak attack. So you are in front of this Tangi sneak attack.
Right.
Let's set the scene, right? We have our heroes on the one side. The Tangi let's say they're further to the left, the two that have just kind of been like, and then we're like, help, we need more people. You have your civilians in the middle, kind of huddled yet again against the wall, with the one young girl in charge who continues to be like, let's keep moving, and keeping morale up and keeping them moving. And you have the holes that you've punched through the wall, yourself, and more Tenji.
Got it. And we have an illusionary force of refugees running the other direction from Veladon.
That's true. Actually, let's say that the two Tenji that were on the farthest side, let's say that they've chased after that illusion, so they're a little bit busy for a minute.
So with the
overhead, but it hasn't done anything yet. Yes.
So with the defend on a 9, it costs you, but you do also get to choose one of those 3 things from the list. You can add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
Oh, I do get one. Okay. All right. I guess I don't need influence and I don't have any conditions, so I guess add a team to the pool?
Yes.
I don't quite recall what the mechanic does if someone wants to just refresh my memory.
So, with team, you can spend the points to add to help your teammates and give them +1 to their role. You just have to describe how you're helping them do this thing.
Perfect.
You can also spend team selfishly. When you act selfishly, say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates, remove 1 team from the pool, and shift 1 label up and 1 label down of your choice.
Fabulous. All right. Well, now we have a team in the pool, so that is an option that you can call upon if you need a little bit of a helping hand. Okay.
Speaking of which,
what's up?
So I had an idea. One of my past moves is literally just team. What team? I can use it when I use a team selfishly. I can mark potential, and I can do a thing. So I'm gonna try. I'd like to use the team selfishly to try and hack the Tangi ship. And I'm going to do that by shifting my mundane down 1 and my freak up 1, and then rolling with the added +2 instead of the +1. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed for you.
Yep. Also, I get to mark a potential. Yay! Yeah. So basically, in terms of ignoring the team entirely, Vildon has done like a bunch of stuff that doesn't actually rely on everyone else cooperating. And now that everyone's like, we're gonna try to get civilians, and Vildon's like, nah, I've got a better plan. Question mark. Better in my brain plan. So I'm gonna try and do that. We'll see how this goes. Oh, what? Okay. I am so ready for this Jenga tower to collapse. Holy crap.
Y'all's luck is wild tonight.
I've only ever seen 1 roll that was higher than that.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay.
All
yes.
Right. Describe away.
All right. So, Veldon has spent some time with Knowlton, and I think has learned the subtle art of yeet by proxy. So what he does is he hacks the ship, opens the back, like the little like ramp in the back, and then just has it tilt backwards so everyone falls out into the ocean, and then drives it back over, lands it in front of them in the opening with it, and goes, well, we have a ride now, and now I can travel at superhuman speed.
Okay. You've hacked a ship.
Yes.
Basically. That is super cool. The Tangi are gonna be really pissed.
Yep.
That is super cool. All right, what do y'all do?
I will still hold off the sneak attack. Well, if hope actually do the humans that have escaped, do they look like they're willing to get on board this ship, or do they seem like they're like hesitating?
They're a little nervous about what's going on. I think if Vildon was to tell them, hey, like, come this way, like, this ship is, I've got control of the ship kind of a thing, and just kind of coax them, I think they'd be very willing to do that.
There's probably not a lot of coaxing. My mundane just went down, but there is probably some lines of, I'm driving, get in!
You know what?
And this coming from like a teenager who is barely old enough to like maybe start driving a car as a note. So like,
yeah. I think they're nervous, but the young girl that is captain of that little crew trusts you.
That's a mistake.
I know. She's full of hope and full of naivete, I guess.
Fair.
Yeah. And she goes, "Come on, everyone, let's go." And so they slowly start shuffling their way over to this ship. And I'm very curious to know, troubleshooter, what are you thinking? What are you up to?
So we've got the boat with the people and the sneak attack that we're fending off.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually going to spend a burn to use Reality Storm, which lets me roll Freak instead of Danger.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to start just firing these like bolts of twisted reality at the sneak attack squad.
Ooh, okay. Let's see that roll. Let's see how this goes.
See how it goes. That is a 10.
Amazing. All right, describe to me what these twisted realities look like.
So they kind of look like almost like tears in the fabric of reality. You know, you can see through them and you see all sorts of like alternate realities flashing if you're looking close enough. And they just go streaking through the sky at the sneak attack team.
Wow, okay. You hear shrieks from the sneak attack team. They're, confused. They're, a little bit dazed. There's something going on that they don't quite understand. It definitely scrambles them for a little bit. I don't think their technology is quite prepared to counteract that. But meanwhile, Veildawn's original, the original illusion that Veildawn made has since dissipated because it has been quite a long moment since, and those two Tangi have come running back into the fray.
I think Hardwater at that point would try to start attacking those two, try and stop them from getting any further.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Probably just direct engage, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's a 5.
So, what happens?
We found the one.
I'm just glad it is the water guy that is soaking up all the bad luck. So thank you. Literally not all heroes.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh, you're welcome.
Guy's soaking up.
You all invited me for this. You brought this upon yourself.
Thank you so much, and I am so grateful for that pun. Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. All right, so we rolled danger and we had a miss. What happens now?
So first, mark potential.
Yes.
Do we go to like 2 or 3 of those now? That's good.
So I think essentially I just miss. I'm not a trained fighter. I can't hit for shit.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. You miss. So these Tangi, you just kind of probably between the middle of them. And so these Tangi just keep running and you have just kind of fallen on the other side of them. So now it's Hardwater, Tangi, probably Veildawn of the ship somewhere in the middle, and then and Troubleshooter in the middle, and then everyone else kind of on the other side, I think, if I'm following the story correctly.
I really am going to Leroy Jenkins now into the sneak attack group. How many Tangi were in that the sneak attack?
This is a group of 10 Tangi.
I just wade into them. I'm going to directly engage them, but I am using fight the good fight, so I'm not particularly trying to kill any of them, but I'm more just knocking down and incapacitating and just honestly trying to more scare them off. So flinging them and, pushing them and things like that to just create a
Tangi.
Exactly.
Tangi.
I am, but I'm gently yeeting.
Because your character is not particularly into killing. That's right?
It's not that so much. It's just when I'm defending people, I get some mechanical benefits from not that. I mean, I am a soldier. I will roll people up, but it's in this case, it's better for me to just create chaos than death. And I got a full hit, so GG.
Fabulous.
Thanks to Hardwater. Hardwater, that one goes on your docket, buddy.
All right, you just lay into these Tangi. There are feathers flying. There are birds flying. There's chaos. It's like this is kind of happening on the other side of a shipping container, probably. So if you're on the side where the original battle was happening, you just see these birds kind of go whoop whoop.
So because of my fight the good, so all right, so I get to pick 2 things because I rolled high enough, but fighting the good fight, I cannot impress, surprise, or frighten. So I would like to create an opportunity for my allies, and I would like to avoid their counterattacks being the two things I get.
Okay. Creating an opportunity for your allies and avoiding the counterattacks of the Tangi. Avoiding the counterattacks is very, very easy. You just kind of keep chucking birds and you keep avoiding them. It's pretty much that. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
There's like a dab in there somewhere.
There was.
All right. I'm just trying to think of what this opportunity would look like. I mean, because you've kind of staved off the sneak attack, I think the civilians are excited, and I think they are like, okay, you know what? Yeah, no, Baildon's driving, let's go, and they all book it for that ship, and everyone gets on that ship, and now they're all safely inside of another Tangi ship. Not the best place that they want to be, but yeah, they're all safely in one spot now.
When I see them getting on the ship, I just yell, "You guys go, I'll catch up." I'm like, don't mind me. I'm self-eating, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I love this so much. All right. So that is what you have heard from the ranger. What does everyone else do?
Have the people gotten on the ship yet?
Yep, that was the opportunity. Everyone got on the ship.
Excellent, cool. So Veldon is doing that moment where you're standing on like the ship ramp as the ramp is starting to go up and close, and it's
like you're humans into the
no, like once they're all in, but like you see it start to close and it stops. It starts to open slightly again. You can see Veldon start peeking inside. Veldon's like, "Which way was the subway again?" Because he was not paying much attention.
It's that away.
Really, it's that away.
Close enough.
Over but back up there, yes.
Okay.
Just fly, you'll see it from above.
All right, so Veldon's like, down. All right, yeah, that's gonna work great. It's like you see like the ramp close again, just like as he's like, right, yeah, down, okay. Like, and then
were you able to knock all the Tangi out of that ship?
I was when I opened because I had it open up and then dumped them out like a.
Oh, perfect. Like... That's right. Just double checking. That's
yes.
right. We
tipped it over and poured them out.
We did. The ship is definitely devoid of Tangi. So once we get there, I'm going to try and find the closest. I don't know what I don't know what I'd roll for this, so please feel free to let me know.
How about assess the situation?
Sure.
Try to figure a way out.
Yes. Where is this thing? Here it is. Oh my god, stop.
Wild, this is wild.
Stop enabling my bullshit.
Damn, come on, Roll20. At least let me make them suffer a little bit.
Don't worry, I'll roll soon and y'all figure it out.
Okay, so
Roll20 sponsorship for Welcome to the Party is really working in our favor, apparently.
So I have a question. I have an idea, and it's not a smart idea, but instead of making a smart assess the situation roll that tells me this is a bad idea, can I instead use this to be like, no, I know how best to do this bad idea?
Sure.
Cool.
Why not?
So Veldon was told that the subway is down.
Oh no.
And Veldon is like, well, there isn't really an easy way to do that. I'm in a flying. Wait a minute, this ship has guns.
It does.
So Veldon is going to try to find what looks like some sort of descending something or other, and make it wider. Like he's going to like fly out and try to find the closest subway like entrance that doesn't seem to have people nearby, and attempt to make it slightly more ship-sized.
Hey, you can't teach art.
Oh my god. Okay. It's not a one shot unless you break the GM. All right. So Yes, Tangi ships have these like laser pulsar, some sort of Tangi technology type events. I would also say that the presence of the Tangi in the area, and the fact that a ship decided to like float down, has probably meant that people made a run for it, like civilians, local authorities, like anyone that did not want to be met with these Tangi, that saw that there was a ship coming down and were like, oh shit, I'm getting out of here because I don't want to get taken.
That's fair.
Everyone is indoors. They are hidden away. The streets are empty. So you can basically, because you got a full hit, I will say that you can fly that plane right on over to where the subway is. If you want to blow up the entrance to the subway, I ain't gonna stop you.
Good. Okay, good, because apparently neither is Roll20. We're going for it. Yeah. So, is there also I think while Veldon is like flying over there, Veldon has been looking for something resembling a speaker phone system, like a PA or something on the ship. And like right before, you can hear like the lasers starting to like rev up and cycle, and right before that, the loudspeaker just goes, "If you're standing by the entrance to the subway, consider not." So
I love that so much. Consider not.
Phildon's not great with people, but like doesn't want to kill people willy-nilly, but like, you know, that's a good enough warning, right?
GTFO. Yep, it works. It works. Holy shit. Oh my. All right. So
we were told to get these people back in 2 hours. We were not told to quietly get these people back in 2 hours.
This is true. As far as Veldon's concerned, stealth went out the window when like Ranger yeeted a ship into the ocean. So at this point, like, Tangi are here, get to subway. This was the quickest way to do it. So here we go.
fair enough. I mean, you're probably attracting yet again more attention to yourself, but the faster you break a hole, I'm sure that works, right? So we'll see. All right, what's the rest of the team doing?
I think Hardwater is probably trying to go around, just break any communication devices you can see from the Tangi, stop them from communicating further. Just go around smashing stuff.
Absolutely. There are the two gliders that the original two had come in on, and behind the sneak attack group, hidden actually behind two more shipping containers that were kind of like at an angle, so they were kind of hiding them behind an angle, are all of the gliders that the rest of the Tangi have come on, and those communication sets are hot. Like they would be able to signal for more help if they were to get access to them.
Right. I guess that would be a freak.
Yep.
Oh, nice action fan.
I don't know what's going on, y'all. Full hit. All right. Describe it to me.
So I'm just going around, just going full ham into these gliders, not even trying to, just smashing as hard as I can, just making sure you can't even recognize it as electronic equipment anymore.
I love it very much. I love it. All right, so all of the Tangi technology that's close to the ground has been smashed into smithereens. The only other way that the Tangi would know that something has gone awry is that probably the fact that they can probably see that one of their ships has been hijacked. But
he's flying casual. No, anybody could be in that ship. Anybody could be flying.
It could be Tangi, it could be escaped civilians, it could be an angry New Yorker, who knows? Like,
who knows? Who knows?
Hey, I'm flying here.
Damn, subways are too small.
I love it so much. Oh my lord. Okay. All right. Well, do the Tangi do a thing? The Tangi will not do a thing. They are perplexed. They are perturbed. They are also frustrated and furious that people have escaped and that they have not been able to take control of the situation. If it wasn't for you meddling kids and your dog too. So they are taking a moment in their motherships to basically have their equivalent of a team meeting, I guess, to be like, what do we do about these frickin' supers? So they're taking a moment to figure things out. So you have a moment of calm and quiet. What do you all do? You've destroyed the technology. Troubleshooter, what are you thinking?
Troubleshooter is gonna book it to that subway and get into position to help get these civilians to where they need to be going.
Absolutely.
I can pick both of them up and fly, but I'll fly like street level. So it's just like right over the concrete, basically. But it's like,
you could absolutely do that. What about the Tangi that you were working on, Ranger? That you kind of tossed about, but they're not dead. They could definitely get up and walk again, right? Like they would be able to like fly after you, probably.
I mean, they're sort of like beat up, and he just smashed their gliders. Yeah, but I did not kill them all. That is true. I've knocked them around because I am super strong and roll pretty well. So they're beat up, but they're not. They are neither like dead or mauled. Like they're just.
Yeah, they're looking pretty worse for wear. They're looking. Some of them are looking pretty dazed. Maybe it's one of them's got a real bad concussion. Something like that, the bird equivalent of a concussion. Sure, but if you want to take the risk
Case of bird brain. Sorry, continue.
I love y'all so much. If you want to take the risk of abandoning these birds and hoping that they stay down and taking the rest of your team and going, absolutely, by all means, do what you
I'm sort of expecting subsequent birds at the subway, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? Actually, can I throw these ones in one of the shipping containers and basically just like crumple the lock? Just like,
I love that so much, and I super want you to do this, and I hope that the dice roller will cooperate with that. I'm just trying to figure out what that would be.
I think that's
I
a
guess
freak.
that's, yeah. Is it a directly engage a threat, or is it just an unleash your? I think it's an unleash your power. So just roll the freak.
This is not my thing, so let's see, y'all. Here we go. I'll take it.
Hey.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. On a 7 to 9, in market condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. Yeah, I'll say that you managed to do it, but you're also hurrying. You're in a hustle. You want to get out of here because you got people to take care of. That lock is not crumpled as best as it could be, and you hear a metallic tunk, tunk, tunk as one starts to like body slam against the door to try and like open it up again.
Like, that's all right, buddy. I'd want a rematch too.
So they're captive for now. We don't know for how long though.
Grab the two of them and shoo. But again, fly low though. I'm definitely under the under the buildings and everything.
Absolutely. So as to not draw attention to yourself. I love that. All right. Everyone is at the subway. Baildon.
Look at the size of this subway.
Provided that the subway entrance is now ship-sized, I am flying the ship into the subway.
Right.
Is the plan?
Let's see. How about you unleash your powers? Let's see how well you do this landing.
I'm waiting for the fail. I really am. I'm just... Nope. Fine. We're still going. Okay.
Let's roll with it. I love it. All right. And we're just gonna go with the same thing again. Like
I have a theory that Throck is behind the scenes secretly manipulating Roll20 here. +5 to everything.
Give him all the credits.
Give him all the credits. Yeah, it's charitable. This is good karma chaos.
Good karma chaos. How are we doing, chat? How are we doing with our donations? 200 from our first stretch goal? Come on, y'all. Let's do it. 200. We've got less than 30 minutes on the clock, and we are at 5,369. Nice. So yeah, let's get a little bit more in.
I don't. You can add anything from me to this stretch goal. Like, I don't know what wares I can buy, but I will do that thing. Whatever you want me to do, if you get to this next $200 stretch goal.
You're amazing.
I will yeet as well as be yeeted.
I know that I don't know what our first stretch goal is. I know that my stretch goal was at $7,100. I was gonna dye my hair red. So we've all got fun goals like that. I'm just taking a look at chat to see what they all have to say. Jago,
I'm open to
everyone's
suggestions.
excited.
Yeah, I cannot see you, Chad, but whatever this next stretch goal is, whatever seems fair, I will do that thing. Yes.
Jago is challenge fulfilled is the comment, so we're gonna see what happens. And Throck, if you can just throw me a ping when whatever happens, I'm because I'm dying to know now. All right.
Okay, it'll sound like this. Ping.
Hi, Throck. What happened?
It goes ding when there's stuff.
Mets offered to match anyone donating that would donate $50, and Jago donated $50.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. I love it. Let's do this, chat. You all are
right.
rock stars. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. This chat is hopping. I'm super grateful to all of you. All right, so we have landed a ship into the subway. And everyone gets out. Of course, because this is a ship, I'm gonna guess that there's probably another Chenji ship on the horizon that has started to make its way in. Why did that audio not do the right thing? I wanted this one. There we go. A little bit of heroic music. However, you are already in the subway. Your ship has landed. Are all of the heroes getting down into the subway as well?
As when we come flying in and I put the two of them down, do I see like a city bus or a dump truck, like anything big? Because I kind of want to pull it behind us and plug the hole, because I know more aliens are coming, but it's something. That's the official sound effect.
It's
That's
like
what
the equivalent of some little like monster in the sewers, like taking the pothole and dragging it back over.
That's literally it. Yeah, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
The pothole's like the size of the street, though, and it's like one tiny hole. Like,
yeah, I don't think that truck is gonna do a whole lot.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there is a truck. If you wanted a truck, by all means, grab a truck and shove it over.
No, if it's, I was unaware of the advanced capability of Veladon's gunnery skills. So yeah,
it wasn't so much skills; it was a lot of rounds.
It's like hole punching into concrete, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of hole punching into concrete. It's something. It's like a giant mouse ate at the ground.
Yep, got it.
Mouse
Got
hole.
it. I understand.
All right, so everyone gets down into the subway. Everyone is underground. Something else is flying up ahead. However, you all start to walk down the subway tunnel, and a door opens. It is Dagger. They are here, and they say, "Everyone, this way."
Vildon, I think people are walking. Vildon's sort of still in the ship, just sort of like slowly going down the subway.
But with the ship, like
yeah, just kind of like off at an angle a little bit, just kind of like he didn't think about letting everyone out, because if he had to, like zooming down the subway in the ship was the fastest way to go.
The person from Dagger that has thrown this door open looks an absolute what the fuck when he sees a ship at an angle screeching its way down the subway line.
Maybe eject the civilians, but absolutely keep the ship. Like the ship is ours now.
Yeah,
that's happening.
The finders keepers, right?
Keepers, if you can fly that ship back to your hideout and hide it somewhere, by all means. The Tangi will hate y'all forever, but hey, it's for a good cause. So
yeah, actually, so Veldon doesn't know how to get the ship out of the subway now that he's got it in here. So he opens the ramp, lets all the civilians out, lets them all go. Takes Charleston's phone, which he has kept the entire time, and has converted the front of it in one of the graphical interfaces into a rudimentary steering by touchscreen thing, which is how he's been moving the ship the whole time.
Beautiful.
Hands it to the person from Dagger and says, "Get that to my place. Your problem now," and then walks through the door.
And the person from Dagger is like, "Dude, the fuck," but. They'll try.
Veldon just points emphatically at the 20 plus people that we've just collectively saved in a group, and is like, "I think that's worth it, right?"
All right. Let's just everyone get safety first, and then I'll deal with this ship later. And he's kind of throwing Veldon a dirty look, but is glad to have all of these people. Does everyone just go into that mysterious little shack that Dagger has opened up?
I'd just be ushering people in and just, trying to be one of the last ones in, keeping watch.
Yeah, I cover the exit. And then I do go in.
Veldon's definitely first in and is by the forward, moves the ship forward. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out, and then just keeps going.
I'm pretty sure he just gave away your phone. Also, just BT dubs. No big deal.
There is an infuriated
finders keepers, ships and phones.
Yep. There is an infuriated screeching from the entrance of the subway hole, since it's not really a subway entrance anymore. There's lots of squawking and screeching. However, all of the civilians are in the tunnel, and all of the heroes immediately shuffle in behind. The person from Dagger closes the door and is like, I'll come back for the ship when these birds are out of here. # big bird. And
it's a thing.
# big bird.
It's a thing.
It's literally
Canonically,
in the
it's a
book.
thing.
It's literally in the book. That was their hashtag, was a big bird, y'all. I love Misha B for that.
Yep.
Love it so much.
Yep, it's true.
Congratulations, heroes. You were successful on your mission. The people are safe, and they are free, and you will all live to fight another day to fight for your freedom against the Tenji.
And we've got a ship.
Then we have
got a ship.
Sure.
We got a ship.
Somehow, in better or worse condition, end up at your hideout. You might get some phone calls from Dagger being like, yo, dude, where do we store this thing? But also, like, don't give us your address. So, like, if you can remote this ship over or something, like, the less we know, the better. But somehow you manage to hide this ship under a tarp or something. It's wild.
We'll blow a hole underground. No, it's like we will make a bat cave. Yeah.
I've got these cosmic energy powers. We can figure something out.
We'll figure something out. You all have shown that you're clearly more than capable of punching holes into walls, floors, ground, whatever. Make a bat cave. Y'all will live to fight.
Ping.
And that is... Hi, what's up, Doc?
We have hit our $5,500 first stretch goal.
$500! Congratulations, everyone.
Hey.
Perfect timing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I am so excited to hear that we have reached that stretch goal. Thank you, chat. You all have been amazing. Let's see. We have some time. We have the luxury of time. Let's go around the table. Tell us who you are. Tell us what your favorite part about the game was. Where we can find you. A little bit more about your character if you have any fun facts. I know B has a fun fact about his character, so I want you to share that with the audience.
That is true. Yes. So my character's name was Knowlton, and I was the Ranger, and that was named after the very first Special Forces unit in American history. They worked for George Washington. There was General Knowlton and his Rangers. That's where that came from. So, yep. So my character is descended from a long and illustrious line of super soldiers.
I love that. That is fabulous.
That's
and
great.
Who are you? Where can we find you? All that kind of stuff. Favorite moment from the game?
Yes, B. Dave Walters. I do things. I say words about stuff anywhere anyone will let me. I am on Vampire the Masquerade LA by Night. Here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be running my own side adventure, which will be Vampire the Masquerade Long Beach by Night. Yes, which will not be canonical to the main World of Darkness, but will be canonical to all my Patreon games, because we have this whole insane sub-universe now that's running there. At B. Dave Walters on all the socials. I also read a comic book called Dungeons and Dragons: A Darkened Wish. Issues 1 and 2 are on stands now. Kind of incredible. Just check it out if you like things that are awesome. That's okay if you've got bad taste. It's a zone of safety. I forgive you if you don't like amazingness. But if you do, maybe look at the thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Twitch chat would like a description of the Ranger. I think there's some fan art stuff happening.
Oh, fan art. So a description of the Ranger. Well, when he is out going through the streets, he wears, again, kind of the baggy camo stuff, where it's like the kind of the oversized coat and the floppy hat and everything that, like, you can't really see his face. But his normal attire is still camouflage, but it's actually it's darker. It's kind of like it's a brownish green, almost like autumnish colors, because that's what he was wearing when he was deployed when the apocalypse hit. Gloves, a large sidearm, and on his symbol is the actual original 13 colonies in a circle is the symbol of their unit.
I love that so much. Thank you so much, B, for joining us on the show. It's an honor to have you on 3V. It's an honor to have you on this charity stream. It's just, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you all for having me. And like I said, I love anytime we can raise money for something that is good and necessary, as this organization very much is. So glad I could help. Glad to be a part of it. I'd do it again anytime.
Thank you very much.
Apparently also we have a spaceship now.
It was your first time with Mask. How did you like it?
That was my first time with Mask. Yeah, no, I was able to both eat and be yeeted. So what else can a person ask for? in a gaming session. And yeah, superheroes and stuff like that is very much my jam, and I love that kind of thing. So yeah, this is a very fun setting. I like it a lot.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you had lots of fun. All right, who should we go for next? Let's just go in backwards order. Let's do troubleshooter, Michi.
Hi, I'm Michi. You can find me on Twitter at Michisaurus. I played troubleshooter. That was a lot of fun. I don't think I have any fun facts about poor Paxton.
Aww. What was your favorite part of the game?
The eating. All of the eating.
All of the eating. I love that this has become a meme now. I love it so much.
Fox is telling me that I have to mention the soap. I make and sell handmade full process soap.
You do.
You can find me at Monsters and Mayhem soaps on Etsy.
And they're amazing soaps. I have some, and they're amazing. They smell so good, and they are just fantastic. They have kitty ears too. They're adorable.
Yeah. And coming up on Welcome to the Party in this new season, I will be here on Sundays with our Legend of the Five Rings campaign, Steel Blossom Moon. I will be here Thursdays with Millennium Knights, which is a hack of masks for Power Rangers, basically. I'm going to be playing that with Wild. And then I will be here on Saturdays playing in our Scum and Villainy game, Stars Asunder, which is being run by the lovely Fox Bar. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to lick everything.
Best plan.
I love it. Like all the things. Wild, let's go.
Yes, hi, I'm Wild Engineer. I played Hardwater. Not too many fun facts about him. Just using Newtonian fluids as a researcher, and essentially got in a lab accident, got bonded with the Newtonian fluid, and so now he looks like a droopy man. My favorite part was both being yeeted and now yeeting is a thing. You can catch me. I'm going to be with Michi on our Power Rangers game. On Fridays, I will be running my own Masks: A New Generation game here on Welcome to the Party. Starting on Tuesdays, I'm playing some D&D on the Greyhawk channel, and on the Other Docs channel on Sundays, I am playing some Invisible Sun. So yeah.
Nice. All right. Did we do you already, Ryan Massa? No, we didn't.
No, but I would just like to point out that we did, in fact, both simultaneously yeet and yoink over the course of this campaign, because you stole the ship.
Yep. I'm not saying that when you said that, and I was like, I've heard that is the only thing. I was like, no, we need to do this the rest of the game. I need to find something to steal now. So that was entirely intentional. Thank you for setting. So my favorite part of the game, spoilers, was that entire section where that was yeeting the ship. That set the tone for the game as far as I was concerned, and then we just needed to yoink something, clearly, so we did. Anyways, hello, I am Raya Masa. I'm otherwise John is my name otherwise, and I played Veildon, the delinquent, if you couldn't tell. Fun fact about Veildon, I guess. There is a Filipino tradition in naming your children of we're just basically taking your parents' names and sort of portmanteauing them together, and that is your name now. So Veildon's names were Valen and Dawn, and so his real name, Dalen Guerra, is from that, but when he was coming up with his hero moniker, he didn't have any ideas because he didn't really want to be a hero. So he just combined his two parents' names together, realized that Veildon, V-A-L-E, makes no sense, but Veildon, V-E-I-L, is a pun, and so that's his name now. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter at Ryamasa, R-Y-0, M-A-S-A. Other than occasionally showing up on the 3V stream as a player or a GM, I also play in a game called Gore of Ravnica on a Twitch stream for Giro for Us All, which is a very different game with a very different character I play, based in the Ravnica setting for D&D 5th edition and Magic the Gathering. And that's on every other Sunday. We just had a game this Sunday, so 2 Sundays from now at 5 p.m. EST when we show up. And when we show up, I mean that is we're all very busy, and I'm very busy, and it won't show up on a few games because I am a graduate student working on looking into therapeutic processes and applications for role-playing games and live-action role-playing, and this is my thesis year, so I may or may not be around.
Do you know Dr. Janina Scarlett and Dr. Megan Connell?
I know Megan Connell and Adam Davis I've met, and was actually the inspiration for me going into my program. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know the first one. The first name is unfamiliar to me.
Dr. Janina Scarlett. She does superhero therapy and Dungeons and Dragons therapy and Harry Potter therapy.
No, yes, I am aware. I'm aware of that name. Yes.
Hit me up after this. I'll introduce you to her. She's awesome.
Thank you.
That is amazing. All right, that is the team. And hello, my name is Leona Maple. I was your GM for the evening. My fun fact is that this is my first time GMing masks. It is my second time GMing ever. And it
Nobody noticed. You were great.
Yep, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you. I have to give a shout out to Misha B of Black Girl Gameworks. Because she was the one who wrote Iron Red Soldiers and who I got to play this with initially on a podcast, and was the person that inspired me to play this again, because it was just the perfect setting and the perfect finale, something that was full of hope but that still fit the tone of the Raia's charity stream. So that is my thank you, and a thank you to Fox Bar for of course, helping me to write this narrative, this small sandbox that I was able to take you all on. And my favorite part was just this whole freaking game. It was an honor to play with you all. It was just incredible to see you all come up with these incredible ideas along the way. And for me to just kind of like sit back and watch it happen. I get why people GM now, because it's magic and I love it. So thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity to do this. Yeah, I'm full of feels and joy and happiness. And what are we at? 5,560 and 69. We got to keep the 69 going.
That's true. Stop giving money. Wait, no, don't give any more coins though. Keep giving money, no more coins. Yes.
There we go. All right, everyone. What else do I do? You can find me on Welcome to the Party. I am a mod here on the Discord, so feel free to join that Discord and hang out with us and see what we're up to. We are launching a new season as of tomorrow, so stay tuned to keep watching shows. 3V will not be back next week because I need to recover and also organize yet again more one-shots. So we will be back probably in a couple of weeks once I have some one-shots organized. But yes, that is me. Hit me up on Twitter at the Leona Maple to hear about everything that I do. I love you all. Thank you so much, and good night. Thrak, take it away.
Hey, so it's been a long 50 hours, and
52.
It's been a long number of hours that is over 48. And I've been thinking a lot about power and a lot about community since we hit our goal. I had a big weepy moment then with the team, and so you all know, thank you, and I love you. And this team is, this was not something I could have done ever by myself. But I had this idea a year and a half ago that what if there was a place where members of the LGBT community like me and members of and people of color could feel safe and free to be themselves and play the games they want, have an empowered space that they define. And have now more than 600 people in the Discord, 1,300 followers. The Patreon's growing every day. And today we showed that not only are we here for each other, that we're here for the wider community, and that the power that we're growing at Welcome to the Party matters, and that the work that we do matters. And I'm gonna get weepy again, but I wanted to say just thank you all so much. Leona took up an important position here right as she saw a need right at the end as the stream was starting, which feels like the end of me because there were 2 months. This is the tail end of 2 months of work, and filled that role admirably over the last 50 hours. Me and Midair did all of this amazing prize support work. Every single prize we got for the most part was through her, and we have like $7,000 worth of prizes that we've given away. 80 players, 16 DMs. My fellow producers, Fox Barrett and Miriam, who's Media Junkie, and everybody in the mod community, everybody in the Welcome Party community, of course, B. Dave Walters and Dream Wisp and Craig Campbell and Joe Sandow and everybody who came out for this. Thank you so much.
Sigmata crew,
everyone. The Sigmata crew.
Paul,
I just blanked on his last name because I'm terrible, but just thank you. Thank you for showing what people can do when they come together. They plan well, and it's an important thing because we're living in the darkest timeline right now, and that means we have to come together and find a way to help people without the support of any overarching governmental structure, because it's simply not there. It's antithetical to who we are. And so just know that I love you all, and that this work will continue. And we're probably going to do another shorter version of this fundraiser over the 12 days of Christmas with 12 one-shots, one each day. So that'll be super fun. but that'll only be like 12 games in 12 days, which is super easy. But with that, we're going to do the giveaway, and then we're going to say goodnight. So let's pull our giveaway winner. So technically there's 24 seconds left. So if anybody had any final thoughts before, feel free to share. No. Okay.
I would just say if you feel like doing something like this, do it, because you really can have an impact and make more of a change in the world than you think you can. So if you're considering it, do it.
Yeah, yeet the change you want to be in the world.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a reason why I chose Iron Red Soldiers, and it's very, very similar to this world. So it was an honor to play it and to bring hope into that world. And I think we brought hope into the world today through this charity stream over the last 52 hours. It means a lot, y'all.
All right, so let's do these giveaways. Our first winner is a $20 Modifius gift certificate. That will be... close giveaway. Oops. That will be One Savage-Ed. Yay! I know you from all over the place on the community. Awesome. Next one is a free social justice D&D t-shirt. D&D class of your choice by Friendly Neighborhood Dungeon Mom. Boink. Sithwitch gets the t-shirt. Next one, a $20 gift certificate to Sew Nerdwear. It's what the nerds wear. Acadian Rhythm is going to get that one. Next one is the watercolor painting by, and I'm going to screw up the name, it's Annie Kster or Anniekster or something, but you'll get a free watercolor painting, and that'll be sweet. Is Zed. Zed, you're getting a watercolor painting to go in your new apartment. Congratulations. And the $20 Hero Forge gift card will go to Acadian Rhythm. You already won something. I love you. Dirnsane. That's Media Junkie. Awesome. And then the last but not least is the legendary bundle from D&D Beyond. $518. D&D Beyond was so nice.
It's a darn good bundle.
It's a darn good bundle, and they were so kind enough to give us two of these. One that we did at the beginning and one that we're doing here at the end. And if you won the first one, you can't win this one. But otherwise, it's open to everyone. So, who is it? The Lady Ari. Nice. Yeah, you didn't win the first one. You did not, I don't think, win. No, I didn't actually write it down, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't you. Hey, hello, I see you there. All right, and so we got one last prize that I forgot about here at the very end. That was the highest donor will get a free character art from Calliope, who, if you've seen her art, it's amazing. And we have a 4-way tie, so I'm just going to roll a d4. It's between Jago, Metz, Narnia, and Sphinx Roll. I put my dice away. There we go.
Of course, it's time to put the dice away.
That's Narnia's pants who got the win. Narnia got the win on that one. So congratulations. Woo! Okay, I'm exhausted. I know folks got to get running. This has been an amazing 50 hours, so I just wanted to say one last time, thank you. We love you. And we start our new season tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, so come check us out. It's going to be fun. With that, I think we're going to go hit our dear friends at Variant Rolls with just the most massive raid. Just the biggest thing. Because the thing we do here at the end of every Welcome to the Party stream is share the love. So today, we share the love with our dear friends at Variant Rolls. So with me, say goodbye as we go give the love after a successful 50-hour, $5,000. It's actually /raid, not /r. I was being all awesome, and then it didn't work. Variant Rolls. There we go. There we go. All right, and now we say goodbye. After 50-hour, $5,000 amazingness from all you amazing, generous human beings. We shall see you over there. Have a good night, everybody. Wait for it. Wait for it. Out. And we're out.